Is a history book the same thing as the Bible?
I don't think so.
Okay. So why should anyone sit here and read this as a history book?
Well, okay, so I think maybe the reason I come to it from this perspective is because I come from like my whole family, right? And growing up, my whole community, like if the Bible isn't a history book, the way you live in your whole worldview is shattered, right? So to me, I think that's why I'm obsessed with it, because it's like, the people, my family, right? And a lot of my friends and stuff, they think it is a history book, right? And so that means something different.
It's not that it's not a history book. Sure, it could be.
Yeah.
Right? But it's something more than a history book.
Yeah. True.
You know what I'm saying? It's something a lot more powerful than a history book. Meaning that it has something beyond just history that brings it above all history books.
What is that in your opinion? What is that thing that brings it above? What would you say that is?
It's the wisdom, right? You're reading it and it gives you wisdom beyond what just mere stories could give you. It gives you something more than what, like, oh yeah, this is 2 + 2 = 4, right? That's valuable to know, but it's not as valuable as like, don't kill, right? Or find peace in your heart, you know?
Yeah.
Those things are a lot more valuable than history. And I'm not saying that, sure, 100% of this could be true. And that's great. But when we focus too much on the history of things, it starts to push a lot of people away. Because then you're telling people, oh, you have to believe that all this truly happened, right? You have to believe that it all truly happened. Well, when you tell people that, a lot of people, they're just not going to believe that it all happened. I mean, they were born a different way, raised in a different family. Like, for instance, you were raised in a family that did believe that most of it happened, right? And I was raised in a family that didn't. Yeah. Or some of them did.
Yeah.
Right. But I was raised in such a way where somehow I developed the belief that all this did not happen, or at least most of it didn't happen, or at least in the exact same way that it was told. And what happens is when someone tells me, oh, you must believe in all of this literally, as a matter of fact, that pushes me away. And the reason why it pushes me away is that I look at things and I think, well, I've never seen anything like that. That's impossible. But that doesn't mean that it never happened. And it's fine if it did happen, but the problem is the most important thing is the wisdom that it gives you and how you can integrate that in your life today and how you can be a better person, how it can push you to be something higher than yourself, to believe in something bigger than you, to get out of your own ego and your own like selfishness and just grow beyond that and give your life to something higher than you.
Yeah, it's interesting because I totally agree with you. And I think the benefits here on earth that you can get from the Bible are immense. But it's interesting because a lot of the religious people I know, they're focused on the benefits in the hereafter, right? Yeah. And it's interesting because depending on how you read it, I think, a lot of people think it's not about the benefits here. It's not about having a good life here. It's like anything you're doing here is about setting you up for there, right? And so it's kind of depending on how you take it, you do lead a different path. But we could probably talk forever about this concept of like true or not or history or whatever. Yeah, but absolutely. I would love to know your perspective on a couple other things that puzzled me as I read. And one of them is, and that are massive debates online that I watched so many debates and read into it and tried to figure out what I think and I couldn't. One of them is concept of Jesus being God.